physicality, real intensity to fights, his athleticism and his power. You can hear it when he lunges. You can hear the sound it makes on the floor. And he's got such a variety of attacking options that it's so difficult for an opponent to pick it up. So we've got two strong attacking fencers here. ZAWROTNIAK, much the senior. He's 38 years old now, much more experienced, much wilier. Park, still only 24. He won Rio. He won the Olympic Games when he was 20 years old, beating another experienced campaigner, GER Imre of Hungary, who at the time was in his 40s. The key here, no one today has been able to deal with the variety of ZAWROTNIAK's attacks. He's got short attacks where he can go anywhere. He's got longer attacks where that he can extend. He can go high, he can go low, he can change up the rhythm. Very few people have been able to deal with them. Likewise, Park, not as much subtlety, but the physicality and the speed that he brings means he's got just enough variety. He's got an aggressive flash, and he's got ferocious acceleration. And what ZAWROTNIAK will be aware of is that sometimes in a lot of fights it's taken Park a few hits. It's taken him up until 7, 8 hits to really work out exactly how he's going to get his attack working. But then once he does, he's been able to accelerate away from a lot of opponents. Saw it in his last 32 match against Lan of China, where he's trailing by 3 points, and then the timing, the distance, the speed clicked on the attack, and he just accelerated away. Referee calls hold. We've had a minute without a hit. And the yellow for unwillingness to fight, the P yellow card, goes to ZAWROTNIAK. He's the trailing fencer, so he receives the punishment. If we have another minute without a hit and Park is still in the lead, it will be a point to Park. Remember, these P yellow cards and P red cards act differently to normal red and yellow cards for basic infringements. They're a category of their own. Park looking very happy to sit on the edge. Not feeling the need, like he did in the quarterfinal, to have to really push his attacks and keep pace with an opponent who was just going to drive him. Showing his variety. He's still young as Park, only 24. Showing variety and maturity to adapt his game to what the situation demands. Very few people have been able to find their way through ZAWROTNIAK's defense. And as I say it, Park drives through. Full stretch attack. 5 seconds left on the clock. And we go into the minute break.
Radoslaw ZAWROTNIAK kennt dieses Gefühl, hier im vorletzten Gefecht noch dabei zu sein.
Park has looked very calm, very relaxed. He knows what his weapons are, but so does ZAWROTNIAK. The attacks and the speed that Park brings, it's not a secret weapon by any means. And Park has done well to just keep himself disciplined, keep himself under control, pick his moments to go. Because ZAWROTNIAK is such an experienced competitor, and he does have answers for just raw speed. It's going to have to be more than that. So far, slender lead for Park. Similar sort of story to what we were talking about in the previous semi-final, a KG opening period. Again, though, the concern for ZAWROTNIAK, like with Bida in the previous leg match, what's going to be his scoring action? What's going to be his thing that he can rely on and that he can build a game around? We've already seen two really aggressive flashes from Park. That means now that's always going to be there in ZAWROTNIAK's mind. That's twice now as well that ZAWROTNIAK's attackers at the very best only come out with a double. Park's first point skipped away and landed the stop hit. This one gets hit but still lands the counterattack. So ZAWROTNIAK's big weapon that he showed against Santarelli is not really there. And so he's now starting to press hard. And even then, so this is interesting because in the previous rounds, every renewal was going ZAWROTNIAK's way. He was so relaxed, he was so calm that it didn't matter whether his first action failed, his second action always landed because he was there and he was ready. But now it's going Park's way. This is a really different situation to what the Polish fencer has been in all day. And now as he starts to drive in, he's able to be interrupted. So this is 3 attacks now that Park has been able to take away from ZAWROTNIAK. And he's just started, the Polish fencer has just started to try and force the pace. He's 40 seconds into this period. He's just started to try and force it, try and find an answer. And immediately, it's cost him 3 points. And again, scoring over the top. The athleticism of Park. He's able to go in, skip back out, and skip back in. The agility, the change of direction, the change of speed. Yeah, he's got all of the answers. And again, ZAWROTNIAK's attack is unable to make an impression. This is a 5-hit lead now, and ZAWROTNIAK is in real trouble because he has no weapons so far that have shown that they can hurt Park. Park will know that he's got his attack. He'll always have that in the back pocket. And it'll be the threat of that attack, that direct flash, will be the threat of that creates most of his options. See there, Park just skipping in quickly, and now ZAWROTNIAK collects and goes. Park just reminding ZAWROTNIAK that he's got the attack, that attack in there, and he ends up ploughing into ZAWROTNIAK. ZAWROTNIAK says, yes, thank you, I know you're sorry you ran into me, but I'd still like the referee to tell you to have a yellow card. He sent the referee off to look at the video.
Die Hand geht nicht in die Tasche, also keine Verwarnung.
Referee has returned, no sign of yellow card on the box. And back underway. We saw a hit there, we saw the previous point. Okay, first time in this match, 2 single lights for ZAWROTNIAK. And both of them, he's let Park go first. He's let Park commit to an action first and then had the answer. And then just an attack out of nowhere. He's landed 2 hits by being patient, by forcing a response, and then he goes and tries to launch an attack. His attacks have not been working, and Park is able to skip away, catch him on the arm as he's on the way out. He's going to have to be more intelligent, using his attacks to set up other actions rather than looking to score with them directly. Because Parker's got too many answers if he just tries to go simplistic. And he's too quick, and he's too mobile. Into the final 45 seconds now of this second period. And again, just a simple attack from ZAWROTNIAK, and every time he's getting picked off, every single time. Remember, we started this period 4-2 to Park, so that lead has now doubled, and a lot of that has been attacks that ZAWROTNIAK did not need to launch. When he was fencing earlier against Garotso, against Vismara, he just was not forcing those attacks. And there's the flash again. We've not seen it for most of this half. And then bang, he just reminds ZAWROTNIAK that he's got that in his toolkit. 5 hits the lead now. Park looking really strong. Better from... Caught up close. They end. No actions landed. They end up stepping off the box. ZAWROTNIAK saves the scoring equipment. Back underway. 20 seconds left in this period. ZAWROTNIAK just trying to insist a little bit down Park's end of the piece, but he doesn't look. The Korean fencer does not look phased. And again, he's just unable to land with these. Renewals that looked so relaxed and so effortless in earlier rounds are now looking rushed and frantic. The speed of the Korean fencer is just forcing ZAWROTNIAK, the veteran ZAWROTNIAK, to have to go and to seek points out. We go into the break now, and this is a very, very different situation. 4-2 going into this start of this period. 13-7 now. Park has just pulled this one apart, and so much of it is down to ZAWROTNIAK feeling like he has to rush, feeling like he has to push. It's very similar feeling in reverse to what happened with Vismara. Vismara felt like he had to push, felt like he had to be the first one to go, be the first one to attack, otherwise he was going to be in so much trouble against ZAWROTNIAK's attack. Now it's on the other foot. ZAWROTNIAK is the one feeling like he has to push. He's feeling like if he gives Park space, Park will just launch that attack. He's landed 2 or 3 of those direct flashes now. They're a weapon, but the majority of Park's points have been coming off of picking off of ZAWROTNIAK's own attack that's been rushed and that's been not well developed, not well set up. And that, you're seeing that in the renewals as well. Final period now. Park needing 2 to close and go through to the final. This time the flash does not work. ZAWROTNIAK finally gets a read on it. He's patient this time, sees it all the way and lands. But he's in such a difficult position now. Park can just look to get his point on any action that ZAWROTNIAK does. If he's close enough, if he's in range enough, if he opens himself up, Park can just land and score and close the fight out. And there again, attempted attack from ZAWROTNIAK. Park's interrupting it, scoring over the top. Very much the story of this fight. The Olympic champion goes through to the final, where he will meet the world champion. It is as good a lineup in an Olympic year as we could have. You're going to be seeing both of these fencers in this final will be so mobile. They'll be so dynamic on the piece. Park, slightly more physical, slightly more aggressive with his attacks. Might start with a slight edge, but Sikloshi is on a real high. World champion, he's fenced well to get into this final. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back soon.